Hey you guys, it's Kennedy again. This time I wanted to cover a topic that I think 100% of you would like to hear about. And like I said in the documentary The Secret, because I'm pretty sure that's why you guys decided to Google the term or whatever, because after you get more into the laws and stuff, you'll realize that it goes way beyond The Secret. But that's a really good documentary. I suggest everybody see it. It's really cute, and easy to catch on to the idea of the stuff. But anyway, so the oh my god, I completely just went blank. Relationships. Yeah, relationships. Okay, so this video is going to be about relationships. And why am I just like blank right now? I should like play some Jeopardy music here. Oh, relationships. Yes. Okay. And The Secret. Relationships in The Secret. Okay. So in The Secret, they have a section on love. And in the book, I think they go a little bit more in detail with it, but in the documentary, it's kind of vague as to how to really get what you want. Okay, animate. So this is what you do. You have to love yourself. And everybody's like, how do I do that? Okay, first of all, that's just kind of weird. Do you mean love myself? Like, love myself? Sorta. Okay, so this is what you have to do. I discovered a really cool trick to doing this, because a lot of people have problems with expressing themselves as adults. It's seen as something that children do, and something that, you know, you give to other people because that's how, you know, you should be. You should love others. You should give love to others. Okay, well, if that's how you feel, fine, I can find a way around it. So this is what you do. Close your eyes and you imagine yourself as a child. You imagine that little you. If you have a hard time doing that, take out a picture of you when you were smaller and imagine those cute little chubby cheeks. And I think everybody, if not just 90% of us, let's just say most of us, had a troubled past. You know, that when people bring up their stories from their childhood and they say, this happened to me and that happened to me, most people will say, well, yeah, that happened to me too. It happened to everybody, just about. So when you think about like yourself and your story, you try to be tough about it. But if you actually think about that happening to a child that you know, you'd get really pissed off. So that's what you have to do. Go in your mind, go deep, deep, deep within your brain and look for you. Look for little you. And you see you crying on the floor or hurt over something your parents did, or maybe you getting bullied at school or something, and you, as the grown-up you, console the little you. And it's like a mind trick because, you know, when people say you have to love yourself, it's like, how do I do that? That's just weird. So that's my trick for loving yourself, because it seems like you're loving someone else. And in our society, we're so conditioned with giving back to the community, giving to others. Just see yourself as the little you and console little you. You know what problems you went through as a child. Tell that child or little you that it's okay. And I have some words that I'm going to read, and I'm going to, like, I guess make a different video because I don't have them in front of me, that you can say to the little you. And it actually kind of makes you emotional. It kind of hurts your feelings a little bit, because a lot of people, like I said, had really troubled past. And tell yourself it's okay, because this is you now, and I'm fine now, and I have a really good job, and I drive a nice car, and so just try to be strong, and everything's going to be okay. This is what you have to do to be happier. And after you come out of that somewhat of a trance of talking to that little you feel like big stuff. You really do feel like big stuff. It's like you healed yourself. And maybe it didn't happen to you when you were younger. Maybe you had a great childhood, and maybe it happened to you when you were, I don't know, in your 20s, and maybe you were in a bad marriage, and maybe that your spouse was abusive, and he physically or mentally, or maybe your guy and your wife was abusive, or a user. Because I don't know, like, for every man that is an abuser, you have a woman that's a user. And I don't think a lot of women realize, but that hurts too. That probably hurts just as bad. Wow, she doesn't love me. She loves me for what I'm doing for her, what I can offer her. So go back to that bad marriage, or when you were younger, or whatever it may be. Maybe you were sick at some point and got well. Go back and console yourself and tell yourself, it's okay. It's okay. Look at me now. Look at you now. I'm fine, and I have this, and this, and my state of mind is awesome, and I'm fixing us, and I'm not completely done yet, but I'm getting there, so, whatever. And if you have to, if you have to, you can even go as far as making your little imaginary friend. And you're like, no. But once you actually do this, you're going to be shocked at how much of the weight that's lifted from your soul, really, from your spirit, from the pep that you see in other people's step. Basically, you're gonna feel yourself, hear the Bee Gees in your head. Hey. I love that song, by the way. But what is it called? Staying alive, staying alive. Ha, ha. Sorry. Woo! That was kind of scary. Okay. But anyway, so do that. If you have to, go out and buy a toy that you wanted for Christmas that you never got, and just console your inner child. And that will be loving yourself, healing an old wound, and really getting in touch with a certain side of you that most people abandon. And something that most people don't realize is that fear in you is that little child reacting. It wants attention. Think about a child when they don't get what they want. They throw tantrums. Think about a child who is neglected. They become rebellious and rambunctious. Whenever you see yourself acting out of character, whenever you see yourself being jealous, whenever you see yourself doing something that you wouldn't do. I'm educated. I'm a grown-up. I wouldn't do that. It's that child within you. Please pay attention to me. I need something, and you're not giving it to me. A lot of people, I've heard Eckhart Tolle, he calls it the ego. It's the ego. It's the ego. You want to get rid of the ego. Not really. You don't want to get rid of your ego. What you do is you befriend it. You befriend your ego. Because what your ego is your ego is that inner child. And I say inner child because most people can relate to that. But whatever period in your life that was most painful for you is your inner child. You get it? So it's kind of like your ego is that part of you that's hurt, that simply needs consoling, or that just needs a friend. Go deep inside of you and find them and help them. Because if it was someone outside of you, like your neighbor or your best friend or, a coworker, you would really do anything to help that person get better. You wouldn't want them to feel the way, you feel. So go in and find that girl, find that guy, that's hurting. And that's the trick to loving yourself. And I think what I'll do is I'll end up making another part to this, because that is the base of finding the perfect mate. Because people say they want something that they're not themselves. I want someone who's well-grounded, and I want someone who's mature, and this and that, because I feel like if I get this person, then I can find that within myself. I know, you know, the law of attraction is very precise. It can't give you something that you're not admitting yourself. So you have to fix yourself before you can get into a relationship with someone who you deem as perfect. You have to be all of those qualities that you want in the other person in order to attract. You have to think like that person. You have to, okay, like I said, I'll make a second video because this one is too long, and I know people have short attention spans, and I'm talking really fast right now, but okay, next video.